Welcome to the Power Chats Room with me, your host, Lady Ajo, on the GH Gospel Radio. Today, on this episode, like I told you, I'm going to have amazing women this month. This month is all about women, and we will be celebrating lovely, hardworking, determined, and focused young women who are on a mission to change lives. And today with me is a friend, a sister, and a colleague in transformation, I would say. She's in the person of Lydia Gifty Hagan. Lydia, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, Lydia, I've been dragging you here for a while now, and I'm really excited to have you here finally. So, this is a month for women. This month is celebrating all the women out there who are challenging the status quo of who we should be as women and how we should behave as women. Rather, we are now defining ourselves with what is within us as God has planned or created us. And I think the more light we shine on women like you in the diverse fields that you run with a balance, it brings inspiration and hope to the younger ones coming, to also tell them that, hey, a woman is not defined by what is outside her, but a woman is defined by what is within her. And so that is why I have dragged you out of your comfortable office to be here with me today. So to start, can you give a little introduction to who Miss Lydia is?
That is a tough one, I always say. Thanks so much, Ajo. Thanks so much. God bless you for this opportunity. I would want to wish every woman out there that this month is not your celebration alone. Every day, every year, you are being celebrated every month, because there's a lot that every woman is doing out there. Not just because it's a month for International Women's Day, so it ends there. All the time, celebrate yourself because you're a wonderful being. Coming back to the question, who is Lydia Gifty Hagan? Honestly, I'm a handful.
I like that. Yeah. I like that introduction.
I'm a handful in the sense that I do a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. So I'm always challenging myself and telling people that I don't know which area that you put Lydia that it will be difficult for her to play. Currently, I'm the head of compliance, again, head of transport, head of facility. And I'm being told there's another one coming on the way. Why all these? I believe it's
with which organization?
Class Media Group.
Class Media Group.
Class Media Group, anyway, is a media house. We have close to like 10 stations. That is 9 radio stations and a television station across Ghana, FM. We have Tadi FM. We have Adeshi FM, Kumasi FM in Kumasi. We have Accra FM, number 1 FM, CTV, a television station.
Oh, really?
Number 1 FM is a Christian station. So we have Class FM as well. Like I made mention, when you go to Tamale, we have Dabon FM. So all in all, we have 10. We are looking at opening one in Tapa very soon, before the year end. So that is Class Media Group for you.
You are in charge of all of this.
I'm the head of compliance, like I made mention earlier on. Head of facility for Class Media Group, and head of transport as well. Everything lies on this small head and this small lap, and that is it for you. Aside that, there are a lot of things that I do. I'm into career counseling for the youth. Getting to know your purpose in life is key. I'm fortunate to know what I'm doing now, because growing up, probably I had parents who really mentored me, helped me tap into what God has for me and say, Lydia, you are going to do A, B, C. And I've never run away from media. Even though facility management came away when I traveled to Nigeria with the production firm. From the production firm, I changed on to the facility management thing. And graciously, some of these things just come easily for me. Naturally. I don't really have to struggle to do a lot of things, and I challenge myself anytime I'm given a task or an opportunity, and I always tell myself, Lydia, I can do it. It has always been positive for me. Lydia, I can do it. And I tell people what really end up telling me you can't do it, I hate daring. The moment you dare me, I go the extra mile to do a lot of things and it will shock you. So that is the little thing I can say about it.
I like how the conversation has already started. So there are a few pointers that I'm going to, manipulate to my advantage and for my viewers' benefit also. So, you did say that you do career counseling.
Yes.
Now we are going to come on to that because counseling is my domain, so I really like anything counseling, anything. But I am more branched into mindset transformation, personal development, grief counseling, and all those things because I deal with transition basically. And one thing you said is that you keep saying to yourself that Lydia, you can do it. Lydia, you can do it. That is positive self-talk. It is a technique in counseling we use that creates that affirms you. Internally, and it brings positivity.
Yes.
It brings positive mindset to and positive energy and vibe to whatever you're doing. Now you see, you also mentioned that when you are dead, you go the extra mile to do it. Mm-hmm. Now, my next question: what validates you as a woman?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. A whole lot of things. Like we made mention, positivity is key for me. I challenge myself a lot. Positivity in the sense that the people around you, one is key. And I would want to switch a little bit into something on the career bit. Whatever all of us are doing should be interwoven with God's purpose for your life. Mm-hmm. Whatever. If you don't know that from onset, you will struggle. Yeah. You'll be struggling, you don't know why you are struggling. Because you don't know your path. You've not discovered yourself. But I believe that your career, whatever you are doing, should be interwoven with God's purpose for your life. If you get to know that there's nothing that can break you easily, anyhow. I like coming to validation, like I made mention about the positive spirit, the people around you. Who do you speak to? Who do you discuss a whole lot of things with? Are they people that they want to compete you? Competition is not bad, but good. And again, I most time tell myself that Lydia, when somebody wants to challenge you, it's not that this moment you've not gotten there. You might decide not to do it now, but give yourself time. I don't know, like I said, any platform that you put me on, that will be difficult for you. Recently, we went somewhere and with a few of us, management in the office. And out from nowhere, they called Lydia, come and do ABC. So when we finished, one of my managers were like, well, then I'm meaning, what is it that when we tell you to do, you cannot do it? That has been it for me. Within your heart of hearts, within yourself, when you wake up or when you are there, what do you feed your spirit, your mind with? Is it about all the time negative things? Is it about somebody is looking at, say dressing is not good or something? What do you feed your surroundings? I'm a very neat and clean person. So that alone is a validation for me. I just don't...
You create your own energy and your own space. That validates who you are from within.
That spirit has been it for me. I just don't get anyhow people around me. Fortunately, when I was growing up, when I was about to finish secondary school, anybody who will meet me will tell me, if I want to, as in, introduce, get to your house, let me know who you are. And most of these people were 10, 15 years older than me. And I didn't understand why. So it was later on that growing up to I'm like, one pastor told me that you have a lot of things in you. So most of my friends, honestly, are not even my peers.
That I can relate, because my mom will tell you that all the long-lasting family friends that we have came from me. I've not been one who so much fits. Yes, I have friends who are my age mates, colleagues and stuff like that. But majority of my friends are older than me, because I somehow fit into that space more.
Your reasoning,
because of my reasoning and the kind of my mindset. Because I remember that there's been so many times that people speak to me and then they go like, "How old are you then?" And then they're like, how do you?
You are too wise. You are
Yes,
too
you're-
smart. You are intelligent. You are this.
And you see, I keep saying this, that wisdom is an ability. It's not an acquisition. It is an ability.
If you don't have it, you don't
The
have
ability to combine common sense, knowledge, and insight into applying to whatever situation to get a solution. That is wisdom. Okay, so that ability must be inbuilt. For the Bible, even said that if you lack, you should ask. So the first way of asking for gaining any sort of wisdom is to ask. We don't ask questions enough. We don't ask ourselves
the right
questions.
questions.
We don't really ask the right questions. Listen, when you look at, when you were speaking, I was just saying that, indeed like minds attract. Because I've always been very confident as a person.
Good.
Not because I have it all together,
Good.
but because I have a mindset of an expected end that informs my
Positive
pursuit.
spirit, a positive mindset.
You said the beginning of every man's purpose is with God. And when you find your purpose, you find the problem your purpose is meant to solve, because everybody's purpose is a solution to an existing problem. And I said that the world will become what we want it to become when we become what we have to become.
Definitely.
Because we are the solution to the world's problem that is created
Honestly, yeah.
by us. And so until we have discovered, self-discovery is my niche, in the sense that it is impossible for you to sit with me and leave not provoked. Because I am on a mission constantly, and so that is the driving force of whatever I do, and that is my validation. My validation is the fact that, one, I know I am on a mission with a specific instruction to transform minds and to awaken people to their depth. And so
at anything.
nothing really, because
The agenda.
my agenda and what God has also said, and how God has also designed it.
It will take you there.
I think God created everybody and tailored it, their purpose to suit every part of them, because I fit into everything I do. Whether it is my counseling, whether it is just me even preaching, even my creativity, even everything I do, I am there. It all comes, there's a balance source within. It's amazing. It's amazing. But now, let me ask you a question now. So I have loaded questions for her. I hope she's ready. You remember I told you that every woman who comes to this show this month, I'm going to ask them. The theme for the celebration of this year's International Women's Day was equality and equity. Now, equity is fairness in opportunities and whatever that. If it can be for men, it should be for women and all that. Now, I am an advocate for women, but I am not an advocate for misconceptions and misunderstandings. Because I do not buy into all the concepts of women empowerment and all that, because I have my own. Yes, I like how it's going, because I said that this month, if they don't beat me off this show, I don't know when they'll get me off, because this month I am poking the bears. So the reason why I say that is that, yes, equal opportunity should be given to men and women if they have the ability to hold the same office. Now, I put the word ability because we must earn what we are asking for. Now, women talk about equality, empowerment, and all this, but I don't want to be part of the train that just goes with
I get where you're
the empowerment. I want the people who talk about, now let me go to my question so I don't even get emotional about this thing. I want people to follow what they believe in truth and with understanding, because in all you're getting, get understanding. And for the lack of knowledge, my people perish. And so we will be destroyed by the very things we pursue if we do not have proper understanding for whichever things that we pursue. And this one, we're talking about equity now. Equity and equality. Now let's take it from the gender that we are comparing it to. Now let's bring it among women. What we are demanding from the next gender, are we, in all honesty, equal as women, and do we have equity as women?
Thank you, Ajo, for this question. What gender equality, equity is all about discrimination. Most women feel I am this, I am that, I have this opportunity with them, and excuse me, excuse my French, your boobs, your breast, it's not like a man's breast.
No.
What you have here, what makes you as a woman, irrespective of everything, your sex, organ or anything, they are very different. A whole lot of things are different about us. But sorry, like you made mention, most women will fight all of us in the sense that they will be expecting us to be jumping the women empowerment, this, that we are equal, we are that. But there are so many ways you can attract if you think you are being discriminated from the other gender, not getting certain opportunities. Let me cite this example. My first place of work, I was only female in their midst. I was never in any way intimidated. Never. But interestingly, all bosses that have passed through their hands would want me to be at the forefront of things. It is what is in you at the end of the day. Can you deliver it?
Can you deliver
Can
it?
the guy deliver it? Can the man deliver it? So where is your competition that you feel that, you think what they have, we should get it, they should get good positions and all that. If you feel like you want to be there, work for it. What is it that you are doing that is different from what the other party is doing? We are all women. But honestly, what I have in me might be different from what you have in you. The same with the other woman. So why would I be competing with a man? Thinking that,
yesterday I was listening to a program on radio, and then they made mention that back in the day, women were not counted as human beings.
I don't back in the day, fine. But I don't tread on things like that, to be honest. We are progressing in life. Things are changing.
I like that.
Things are changing.
We move.
Yes. Things are changing. Ideologies, mindset, approach to things are changing day in and day out.
Wow.
So even our own parents who were doing certain things will now even advise you that, madam, go there, do this, don't be this, don't be that. It is everywhere. So why will I dwell on the past? Whilst what is ahead of me is much better.
Yeah.
That is the focus. So it's good that we empower women. Empowering women, most times the word they end up using submission. The Bible says blah 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 and all that. Most women have not even understood the word submission in the Bible and what it stands for. We might not have time to dwell in that so much. But I have men who submit to me, not of pride, but they've seen what is in me. A man will see what is in you and submit. I've had bosses who are there, as in extremely rich, that you go like, why would so and so submit to Lydia and all that? I have people like that in my life. When I tell them A, B, C, D to do, they do it. What do you think? Aside the grace and anything, if I don't have something that will sit on the table to reason with, address issues, solve problems, and all that,
I think that is why most men, sometimes there is this thing that goes around on social media. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? What more can be brought to the table than the personality itself? Because whatever that it is that you're coming with is who you are. Yeah. And you see, I will say this here emphatically that self-discovery cannot be overrated ever. We are in an era where people are coming out with their content and not their packaging. You see, somebody can deceive you with their packaging, and others can surprise you with their content. So I have seen women who they are packaging as women might have limited them, but their content gave them the position that they are sitting on now. And these women are the women that have given us the voice to even come and talk about equality and equity. But guess what? These women did not shout equality and equity with an empty space. They came with content. They came with value creation. They came with something to the table. And so now, what do you have in you that should give you that equal rights that others are talking about? Now, they say women are women. We are our own enemies. I believe that if we are talking about equity and equality with the next gender, women should be able to apply that rule to themselves.
Honestly, that is true.
Because the hypocrisy of women is serious.
It's not hypocrisy alone. The envy, the jealousy, the backbiting.
The same people who shout women empowerment are the same people who will go and destroy another woman, and that is my confusion.
The fear, like you made mention that you've been confident all this while. That has equally been me. Unless I don't want to talk and I want to zip it from afar, I'm watching you. But like I said, I don't know where you cover me. You sweep me under the carpet. I'll just look at you. We've had women becoming envious, jealous about every woman out there, friends and all that. But to be honest, when I see that, I just brush you off. You won't come my way.
So your circle is important.
Good. Very. I made mention that to be honest, I have few female circle of friends. Few. I can say 100% of my friends. Probably 10-15% are females. If you give me the opportunity to impact, I will do that. But if I see that probably what you are coming in is not with a right approach, mindset, attitude to things, I will not let you bring me down. Women need to work on a lot of things. Interestingly, the Bible says that we are made so unique. But I don't still understand why another party, a woman will think that, oh, maybe Mr. A is giving Mr. B too much, so let me go and fight over what is being given to Madam B and all that. It is not necessary. What do you carry? We
don't even know how to pay compliments to each other as women. I am that kind of person who would pass you. How many times did I tell you smell good when you walked in? Countless times, because I genuinely am that person. Because a woman who knows herself, a woman who knows her purpose, a woman who knows her value, and a woman who knows her God. It's not a woman who is seeking for approval or looking for space, but just a woman who's on a mission. And so you know for a fact that your path is designed, unique, and you are doing what God has asked you to do. There is no comparison. There is no DNA that has the exact similar combination, even with twins. And so no matter how similar your traits might be, no two people on the surface of this earth are the same. And these are things that we need to know. Woman, when I hear women empowerment, what I hear is level up. When I hear women empowerment, what I hear is boss up. When I hear women empowerment, what I hear is seek knowledge. When I hear women empowerment, what I hear is that study to show yourself approved. Because you know what? At the end of the day, whatever you are given, there will be an accountability. And when that time comes, it is not how many people you were jumping with or whatever you were doing, but it is the results of your life that will count. And so if you want to be so keen on women empowerment, empower yourself. Now when you're done empowering yourself, make sure that your life and everything you do empowers the next woman next to you. Now, equity, be fair to the other woman. We women sometimes deny other women of opportunities because they don't look a certain high value way that, we know or want to be associated with. But let me tell you something. Some will surprise you with their content. Don't look down on any woman. And also learn to celebrate other women when they are going on and doing well. Because you know what? The celebration of others, when you learn to celebrate others, you gotta crowd for your own applause. So keep that in mind. Now, finally, I want to ask you, what words of inspiration do you have for the young women out there?
Thank you, Ajo. I will say that learn to discover yourself. Learn, I think.
The minute you mention discovery, then I want to have like a whole seminar and teach people about self-discovery.
Yes.
It is a gem.
Yourself, because I believe if you have that discovery of what you can do, who you are, you don't look at left, right, front, back as to whatever anybody is doing. Because with discovery, you now get to know your purpose. And your purpose is interwoven with what God has in store for you. I might digress a little. We don't put our hearts to horoscopes. But if you study scientifically and a whole lot of things, most times the things that they say about us are the things that you get to know that, God is trying to address A, B, C, D, but we refuse to listen. Our lives, has been God. I'm sure the same with my sister here. It's been God. So if you get to discover yourself very well, knowing your purpose, there are certain struggles that comes your way. You will sail through them. There are challenges that comes in everybody's way. You all the time sail through them. Appreciate who you are. Value yourself. Get to know that day in and day out, you have a lot in store for you that nobody can take it away from you. Whether in your office, in your church, they can say a whole lot of things about you. But when you leave that office, whatever is whatever is within, nobody can take it away from you. Nobody. But nobody. Because it is God that has given to you the intellect. You learned it yourself. Nobody learned it for you. So it carries you, it takes you wherever you go, and you level on it. You will be a blessing. People are struggling, you will not be one. So what I can tell the youth, discover yourself, know your purpose, and add value to your life. The time you have now, I was speaking to a young girl in my office, 23. I told her that you have between now maximum 30, what you can achieve if you get to know your purpose, what you can achieve. People are 40, 45 and all that, they've not achieved.
Yes.
Get to know who you are. Get to know who you are. Value yourself, your purpose in this world. Everybody has a purpose. Unless you don't know yours. If you know yours, all this competition, backbiting, discrimination and all that will not be a word. You walk freely, your chest out, you are confident, you are bold, you are smart, you speak confidently. Because you know what is in you and what God has created you to be on this earth. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, before we go, I have a word for somebody. Listen to me. The greatest commandment that God gave was love thy neighbor as yourself. And in that commandment, he puts a quest for man, but we overlook that one. He said, love thy neighbor as yourself. Self-discovery is what God was talking about. Because in the discovery of self is the hidden gem of God's purpose for putting and knitting together all your delicate parts. And so if only you would take time to discover yourself, you will discover God, because God is the purpose within you. And listen, until a man knows where he is traveling, every road looks like a destination. So take your time and discover yourself. Be a person of value and be a person of great impact. So, like we do, before we go, my guest has been an amazing person. She has really been insightful and given us a lot of keys that we can apply to our lives, and hopefully we would see the change that we are looking for. Listen, sometimes when we come and sit here, people tell you what they took years to learn in minutes. And so if you are wise, you will cut short the journey by taking their nuggets and applying it early, so you don't make the mistakes that we made growing up, learning some of these things we learned late and in a hard way. So this is the Power Chat Room with me, your host, Lady Ajo, and this has been my guest, Lydia Gifty Hagan.
Thanks.
And so, on that note, but see, before she goes, I just wanted to say a word of prayer. What do you think about that?
Whoa! Before I say the word of prayer, I want you guys to follow me on Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram, and LinkedIn. All is Lydia Gifty Hagan, and you can reach me on 0244 481488. 0244 481488. Let's empower each other. Let's impact a lot of positive things into each other. That is our agenda. That is our purpose on this. That you can have all the money, and it is just there. What are you using?
Yeah, that's right.
But knowledge goes far. Shall we pray? Father, we thank you for this great opportunity. We thank you for listeners out there. We thank you for what you are using our sister to do. Open more avenues, open more doors. Let her be a blessing to millions of people with this medium. Let her be a blessing to the youth. Let her be a blessing to the aged. Let her be a blessing to the up and coming entrepreneurs and businesses across the globe. We thank you for her life. We thank you for you listening to your life, and that at the end of this day, you shall be a blessing. Listening to this program, you shall be a blessing. There is going to be a ripple effect on your life. In Jesus' name we pray always. Amen.
Thank you guys so much. And hey, don't forget to follow all our social media handles, GH Gospel Radio. And don't forget to follow me also, that Lady Ajo, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn, everywhere. Because hey, we have a lot in store for you. Thank you very much, and see you next week. Bye.